First Cheney University came through. They saw the vision, put in the work. Then other institutions slowly grew. Equality of education is what we wanted too. Now we have about 107 HBCUs in this crew. When we work together, there's nothing we can't pursue. The love I have for you, it's not new. That's why I thank you, HBCU, in all that you do.
Look at here, look at here, look at here. I told y'all I wasn't done. I am at the Florida A&M University here. Welcome to another episode of Chopping It Up with T.Wood. With me today, I have Colonel Gregory Clark, who is from Abbeville, Alabama. He is a career Army officer and graduate of the Florida A&M University, where he studied business economics and played baseball for the university. He is the current president of the Florida A&M University National Alumni Association. Welcome, my brother. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much, T.Wood. Hey, glad to be here, and of course, welcome back home to the house of Seven Hills.
Come on now. Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
You already know it. Look, y'all, we're going to go ahead and just dive right on to it. Look, I tell you what, now, if I'm correct, you played, so you did play baseball for University of Florida A&M.
Florida A&M, yep, 4 years, 3 rings later. We were getting it in back then. Head coach Robert Lucas, yeah, we were beating some butt, man. I tell you, it was good.
You could have wore a couple of rings and show a little bling or something like that,
I actually
man.
got them. I left 2 of them in the hotel, which is crazy, rushing up here. But yeah, that was a good time. Learned a lot, learned brotherhood in the game of baseball. So, and was able to come through here and get a high quality education, get a degree, and make some lifelong friends that prepared me for life, of course.
That was, you literally dived right into it. I was about to say, are there anything that stands out from what, your experience there? Was it the championships, or was it the camaraderie of the people that you met? What's some things that stand out of your experience as a student athlete?
I take a little bit of all of it. Of course, playing baseball here in the brotherhood, you got a chance to get to be around a lot of great guys from a lot of different walks of life, and you got a chance to learn a lot. Academically, I was certainly challenged. I'll say one thing that I do remember out of corporate finance. I remember walking in the class that day. The book was real thick, probably cost even $200 even back then.
Oh,
and I remember the professor saying, I see you bought the books. I'm like, okay, yeah, we bought the books. What else we supposed to do?
Come on, man.
And he said that, I'm going to teach you corporation finance, but what you're going to get out of this class is how to cope as an African American in corporate America. Right there, the antennas went up for everybody.
Man.
And from that point on, through that entire class, we would get to certain points, and he'll say, okay, if you're going to track human resources, here are the racial roadblocks you're going to face, and here's how to get around them. And he would take different jobs within the corporate sector, and if you were going down that road, he brought out the roadblocks you were going to face. And so I'll always remember that.
That's like being given a map, but was it challenging to accept the things that he was saying? Hey, you might face this, you're gonna need this. Did y'all readily accept it, or was it kind of a challenge? Like, I hear you, but
we did it. I think everybody, when that first statement that he's gonna teach us how to cope as African Americans in corporate America, it got everybody's attention. And, and from that point on, I mean, we were really good to go. And I remember those lessons. I took those lessons through even ups and downs and adversity, and all those times of standing in long financial aid lines, going through all that, that hoopla. Even if you was an athlete, we still went through that kind of stuff. It got a little better as it went on, when we didn't have to do our own classes as athletes, but still, those hard things really prepared, for me for life. And I think all my brothers, they prepared us for life.
So you keep in contact with some of those guys?
Oh yeah, yeah. We have a baseball alumni chapter that falls under the National Alumni Association.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we keep in contact through that mechanism. We still come back once a year to a game. We'll have a baseball alumni weekend. And so, yeah, we stay in contact with each other quite a bit.
Man, that's a good thing. I tend to believe that friendship is essential to the soul. You know, I tell you what, with that being said, could you talk about what inspired you to pretty much take on the role of being president of the National Alumni Association?
Okay. So the bug hit me after college, and I thought about the fact that, you know, I had come through FAMU, free education, and for me it was like, how can I help out and give back? And so it wasn't really a clear path even way back then on how to get involved. But I remember going to my first national convention in 1996, and they were looking at me like, where you going, you young buck? You know, but it was a lot of them like Tommy Mitchell and some other ones that just grabbed me and said, come on in, we're going to show you the rope. And then I caught the bug, and then in 1999, I chartered the Birmingham Alumni chapter. And that year I went to another national convention that was headed by then President Bernard Kinsey, and it was a star-studded event in Orlando where Muhammad Ali and Yonabon's son and Tavis and all them, and all those people were there, and it's just like, okay, this is what this is really all about. And then I started my trek from there to assume other leadership roles. Went from chapter president to first vice president of the Southern region, on to the Southern region president. I did that for 2 years until I got mobilized for the war. And then after I came off active duty, I started thinking about, okay, what am I going to do next? And from there, I decided to run for first vice president, and which made me the convention director, which really put me close to all the operations of not only the university but the association. And then I did that for 6 years, and then decided, okay, my next ascension would be to the presidency. It took me 18 years to get to the presidency. That's why it's so important not to do this too fast, because it's too important. It's too important. Learn it, gather relationships along the way, and figure out how you can make an impact on the association. And I decided to run for president, T. And in 2015, I won. And I remember in January of 2016, I came to Tallahassee to start to do the conversion of bank accounts and other administrative duties we had to do.
Right.
And I was dropped, a big list dropped in my lap by the provost at the time, and it was a list of students who had unpaid balances.
Hey,
nearly
welcome in
$5 million of unpaid balances.
Woo. Woo.
And so from that, decided to, okay, what can we do to help alleviate some of these balances? And a lot of them were graduating seniors.
Oh, they gone.
They gone, but because they didn't get their degree, because that balance there, it was affecting our graduation rate, which was affecting our monies we got from the state of Florida.
Oh.
So we jumped in as a National Alumni Association, and what we did is I formed a scholarship affectionately named Save Our Students.
Wow.
It's the most impactful retention scholarship in the history of this university.
Wow.
And we have helped a lot of kids graduate, paying off balances. Most of them are under $1,500, keeping them from getting their degree. Even though they finished the coursework, but they didn't have the degree in hand.
Can you imagine going through all the ups and downs that you went to get to the point of getting your degree? You want physically to have that plaque or that thing to say, hey, look, man, this is one of the things I accomplished, and y'all were making strides to help prevent that from happening?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they get there to the end, and that's where our kids start to run out of money in that senior year. And so Save Our Students we've done a phenomenal job with it, helped a lot of kids get across that stage.
Wow.
And that's kind of our signature scholarship as an association. A lot of and it's been good. I had an opportunity, president, to not only influence Coach Willie Simmons getting here. I was part of that. bringing him here, and not only that,
Great
getting
hire.
him paid. Yeah, getting him paid as well, because we've been paying our football coaches $200,000 a year, which is allowed by state law that you can take out of state funds.
Right.
But we never had the extra dollars set aside to go over and be a bond. So I pull all that together. I got the other direct support organizations, the boosters and foundation, to come to the table with the National Alumni Association to up that salary so we could get him here. Yeah. And then from there, my next move was getting us an AD, and I was tasked with that, and so went and found our current athletic director, Courtney O'Shea.
Great hires.
Yeah, and Dr. Robinson, he agreed, and he and I and Chairman Lawson came to an agreement that he's the right man, and we brought him on in, and then all you had to do was turn him loose, and hence you got a brand new renovated field house, you got a stadium being worked on, you got a Nike deal in place with LeBron, and within last couple of years, it's just been phenomenal.
It's been hidden.
It is.
That everything that you just highlighted shows the level of importance.
Yeah.
Heck, responsibility that adds on to what y'all are doing within the alumni chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people don't realize how key the alumni chapter is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. With that being said, if someone says, "Hey, I want to donate some money. I want to provide some finances to be a part to assist," what's the route they would take?
They can go to our website, which is www.famuna.org, and there's a big button up there that says join.
Can't miss it.
You can't miss it. You can give the different scholarships and be a part of what we do. Our advocacy levels in helping the president deal with our legislative bodies is the main reason we got that CAS building built.
Oh.
We went to bat along with the president and other entities to make sure that we got the rest of that money to get that building funded. And had it not been for a strong National Alumni Association, we would have never gotten them across the finish line.
Come on.
So we take a lot of pride in that building down there with that snake in front of it.
Ooh, gotta make sure I get a picture in front of that.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, when you plug into saying pride, I wanted to turn the corner and make sure that the followers know, and for all the alumni that may watch this particular episode, that you just can't walk in with the Alumni Association and say, okay, you're going through the motions. There's a level of fire. There's a level of passion that you have, or to me, that you have to kind of possess to really want to come in and make a change and do the things that you're doing.
Yeah. Well, we're all volunteers here. Unlike the rest of my counterparts in the state of Florida, where they have a staff of sometimes 20 to 30 people, full-time people working for us. We don't have that. We got 2.
See?
And so we put a lot of our time in to making sure it worked. We have to remain strong for FAMU to be successful. As I always say, I gave us a title, Guardians of the Legacy.
Wow.
Administrations come and go, presidents come and go, but at the end of the day, that alumni is always going to be there to protect the house.
That foundation.
That foundation. And as I affectionately call her, Mother FAMU. And, looking forward to this weekend, that it's time for us to come home and check on Mama. And we need to leave Mama a check.
Hey, that's honest and that's real. Look, I tell you what, first and foremost, I want to thank you for taking that time to come in and be here with Chopping Up with T.Wood. You know that you are family. You know
Absolutely.
that,
Yeah.
and being here to support that. I wanted you to leave all the followers and all the listeners, the alumni, that everyone that will be able to catch and see this particular episode. Is there anything that you can think of, that just some positive encouragement for free that you can provide, that you could just leave them with, no matter if it's something that you grew up, that you knew growing up, or if it's something that you just live by?
Yeah.
What is some encouragement for free that you can provide to all the followers and listeners?
FAMU taught us to be great. It's an expectation. There's an old term we use in the military called improvise, adapt, and overcome.
Mm-hmm.
That's what FAMU taught us. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Never let something get you down. Find a way to face that adversity because it makes you better. And overcome it, conquer it, and at the end of the day, can you look yourself in the mirror and say, I've done the best that I can do, and that I've helped somebody in some kind of manner. And then to my alumni, I know we all can't be here to help FAMU every single day, but I'll say, once a month, take an hour out of your time to say, I'm gonna do something in the name of Mother FAMU. Whether you give money, whether you advocate on behalf of the university, or whether you seek out a student to send to FAMU. Because oftentimes I tell people, you don't have to write a large check, but if you send a student here that you recruited, tuition over 4 years, that's one heck of an investment.
It is. And in that child.
That's right, and that child, exactly. So let's just keep being great, FAMU, and let's keep being the beacon for all HBCUs out there. They look up to us, and I know we are arrogant and cocky and conceited, but it's just something about when you step on this campus and that venom is put in you, you expect to be great. And let's keep on doing what we do.
That's real. That's real. Listen, as I would say to everyone on any occasion, thank you all for chopping it up with T.Wood. Continue to press forward. Sometimes in life, you must fail in order to succeed. But one thing must remain certain, and that is under no circumstances do you ever give up. Surviving the moment is a gift. It is strength. Chopping it up with T.Wood. I'm with my brother, Colonel Gregory Clark. Take care.
First Cheney University came through. They saw the vision, put in the work. Then other institutions slowly grew. Equality of education is what we wanted too. Now we have about 107 HBCUs in this crew. When we work together, there's nothing we can't pursue. The love I have for you, it's not new. That's why I thank you, HBCU, in all that you do.